Hi guys, this is Lara Ajetumobi. I'm making this video in response to a series of questions that I received from Anu. This video has been long overdue. I've been having it in mind because I've gotten these questions in several different ways, on comments, messages, private messages, different ways. I just have not gotten around to answering them yet. So Anu, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity and the structure to be able to answer these questions. So I'm just gonna dive right in and answer the questions that she sent to me. A little bit about me. My name is Lara Ajetumobi. I was born as Boluwatife Mary Adeniyi Ipadiola. I was born in Lagos, Nigeria, but my parents are from Oyo State, Otu. My dad is from Otu, my mom is from Ibadan, Oyo State, Nigeria. I relocated to the US in 2008 at the age of 13. Lived in Nashville, Tennessee for a short period, and then relocated to Houston, Texas area where I went to high school. And then when I came to college, I moved to Dallas, Texas, and I've been in Dallas ever since. That's it about my origin. The origin of my business name. I am the owner and CEO of Millen LLC. Millen LLC has ventures into a lot of few businesses over the years. But our most popular brand right now is My Sasun, which is the My Sasun African Market, which is based out of Celine, Texas. And the My Sasun, so the origin of the name My Sasun, when we initially started the name that the Holy Spirit gave me was Ishasun. Ishasun means pot. Ishasun, for those of you who understand Yoruba people say Ikokoni Baba Shasun, which, Ishasun means pot. So that was where our business name Ishasun got derived from. But, with the spelling issues and just trying to personalize it, over the years we rebranded and changed it to My Shasun, which, means my pot. Where I started from, so my business idea originated when I was in college. I did a summary video, which is on my page. It originated when I was in college. I loved cooking. So when I left my mom's house, I'm the first one of a family of four, and my dad passed away, a family of five rather. I have three siblings. I'm the first. My dad passed away when I was 8 years old in Nigeria. So my mom came here as a single mom with four children, and she had to work. So a lot of times she would leave the house and say, "Hey, Bolu, cook all of these food before I get back." So I started developing love for cooking from that. So when I went to college, not having my siblings to cook for anymore, I would cook food in large quantities and invite a bunch of my college mates to come to my dorm room and eat. And that's how I started to really develop my cooking skills, cooking for larger, amounts of people, cooking for college parties, our birthday parties, our associational meetings and stuff. I started cooking for larger quantity. And then one of my friends back then in college looked at me and was like, "Why are you doing all of this for free? Like, that people would pay you for you to cook food for them." And I never thought about it before. So I started, like, I've always done business, but I never really thought about cooking and selling food. So I started cooking the food in college and basically selling it in my college dorm. I would prepare a menu for the week or for the day, send it out to all the students on my contact list, and then when they're coming back from class, they would come to my apartment and pick up the food and go. And then over time, I remember that a new African store just opened in Dallas, Texas, called Southwest Farmers Market. We went to school in Denton, and Denton to Southwest back then was about a 45-minute drive, and a lot of college students did not have a ride to go to the African store. But we all loved African food, even if we can't afford a lot, at least we wanted the bread, we wanted the sardines, we wanted a few different options. So I started going to Southwest. I would wake up on Sunday mornings. I would go all the way to Southwest. I would be there like 6, 7 a.m. in the morning. I would buy things that I know that college students would want. put it in my car, and then go to church on Sunday. And after service, I would basically lay a table out in front of the church and sell those things to the students, and they loved it. Even adults who knew where Southwest was and could afford to go there or had a car would still buy those things from me. And that was how I started brewing the idea of eventually owning an African store that would be targeted towards students who are living in remote areas and don't have access to go to an African store. Because one thing that is true about we Africans is that we don't care if we're born in America, born literally born anywhere, we would still want African food at some level. So a lot of people, that was how I started the business. A lot of people would patronize me. And then over time, as we grew older, and everybody started to move out of Denton, some of my friends would call me, oh, I'm in California, there is no food out here, there's no African food, can you cook and ship it to me? People will see my Facebook post on me cooking or Snapchat, and they were like, oh my god, I don't have access to this, can you cook it and ship it to me? So I started experimenting how to ship frozen food. And over time, it started out me using plastics, and the plates would break in transit, and it was terrible. Then I switched to Ziploc. Then I started coming up with like creative ways to preserve people's food while I shipped it to them wherever they were. So over time, I started to develop it and started shipping more cooked food. I had my African store. I got an apartment. I got a 2-bedroom apartment. I turned one of the apartments into a store basically. And anytime I got an order, like I would stock up the space, take videos, put on social media, do different things. And anytime I get an order, I will pack it right there in my apartment and ship it. But my primary goal was to focus on people who lived in remote areas. So I was not even targeting my local audience. So over time, over the years, the business grew, ups and downs. I'm gonna go over that. I think there's a question that covers that, ups and downs here and there, but eventually it has grown to what we have now, which is a warehouse here in Celine, where we do local delivery and also ship all across the United States. How many years have I been in business? So the first time that I started my business truly was in about late 2013. It was late 2013. 2014 was when I registered my first business name, which changed. But in the official name that we're operating now, that was legally registered in 2018, but the business has been active in some capacity since late 2013. Location, I mean, I've been all around. I've been in Denton, Texas, out of my dorm room. I've been out of my 1-bedroom apartment, 2-bedroom apartment with a garage, turning the garage into a store. I've moved around. When I got married, we literally, at some point, there was stuff everywhere in our house. Like even our bedroom had boxes everywhere. But over time, we established and moved into a location. Now we're in Salina, Texas. We have a warehouse space in Salina, Texas. Pitfalls and how I thrived in the diaspora. To be honest, I had a lot of trials and failures. Like I said, my business started out in 2013, but I really did not see it start to really succeed until 2021, to be honest. So between 2013 and 2021, lots of failures. I gave up many times. I had the idea of doing African food, but I was so scared that African food alone, groceries alone, would not make me a lot of money. So I started cooking until I literally got tired and worn out completely from cooking. And I thought that was really God just working in disguise, because I needed to drop that. My business would not be what it is if I had continued to cook. So I had to stop cooking. I had to stop the business at some point because I literally just gave up. And over the time, the Holy Spirit worked through me, and I was able to restart it, jumpstart it, and continue again. Takeaways. So with regards to like what I learned from some of these failures and mistakes and setbacks over the years. I think one of the most important things that I learned is you. This may sound very cliche because everybody says the same thing, but it is true. Don't ever give up. A lot of times we get ideas, dreams, visions, and it sounds crazy. And honestly, sometimes it is crazy. You say it to people, they're like, oh no, there's too many people doing that. You're not going to be able to do it. You discourage. Sometimes we even succeed more in discouraging ourselves than other people succeed in discouraging us. But really, truly, if you look at anybody's success story, one thing is consistent, and is the fact that they stayed consistent. They kept going no matter. There's nothing, that is easy. Nothing comes easily, but when you keep working at it, you will succeed. You will at least, get to the other side of the tunnel and have a good story. Not everybody is going to make it to billboards or be on, Forbes list and all of that, but everybody will succeed in their own way. For with regards to what I would advise for those of you who are planning to have businesses in a country that you don't originate from. Like I said earlier, I'm from Nigeria, born and raised in Nigeria. The way the business is done back there is different. And I think that one of the things that kept me back originally when I first started my business is the fear of the unknown. And one of the things, that you learn very quickly when you come here is that this is a place of order and this is a place of structure, right? And we come from a place where there's no order, there's no structure. You just got to get it however you get it. Whereas here, there's a structure. And I think for me, one of my biggest fear is I don't want to do things in the wrong way. I don't want to get in trouble with the law. I don't want to get into legal trouble. I don't want the IRS coming after me. Like, I remember not registering my business for literally almost 5 years because I was so scared that the moment I registered a business, the IRS is going to come knocking on my door. And that's the notion that our parents passed on to us. Don't do business. So if you do business, then you owe tax money, you don't pay taxes and stuff. There's a right way to do those things. There is a right way to do those things. There are experts that can guide you on those things. Don't let those things deter you. There is a right way to do things. Learn those right ways. Get it done. Do it. People are succeeding every day. People are making millions every day. I'm not making millions yet, but I wish to. People are making it every day, and you can be one of them. And don't let nothing hold you back. Do it, do it, do it. Wake up every single day. Be determined to do it again. Be determined sometimes, and it's not easy. I'm not saying that it's gonna be easy, because sometimes, probably even last night, I probably wanted to quit like 20 times yesterday. Every single day I ask myself, why am I doing this? But I know the answer deep down, and I keep doing it because this is what I was born to do, right? So it's not going to be easy. There's going to be a lot of things to learn along the way. There's going to be a lot of challenges that you're going to face along the way, but none of them are ever a reason to give up, especially when you know that you're walking in God's purpose for your life. So that's my advice for everybody. If you have a heart for business, if you have a heart for your career, sometimes not everybody is going to be a business person. Sometimes you have to stick in your career and be the boss. You have to not be comfortable where you are. Your 9 to 5 may be where you need to be right now, but just don't get comfortable. Aspire to be greater. You can be an executive too. You can be a president too. You can be a vice president. You can be a director. Don't be comfortable with that associate or junior position or senior position. You can aim for better. You can do better. Your business can thrive. Your business can be better. Don't be afraid to use tools. I used to be so afraid to use tools like Instagram. For me, honestly, I still have fear of social media. But what I did, I hired someone who was good at it. This is my weakness. I don't have the time to learn how to use social media and be pretty all the time on social media. So I get people who love social media and don't mind doing it to help me and support me in that area. You can't do it alone. There is a popular proverb in my country that says, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go with people. Build a support system that works for you. Sometimes my support system, when I quit, sometimes I've quit and they don't even know that I've quit, but they keep me going. Those things that I put in place over the years to keep me upright is what consistently keeps me going, keeps me upright over the years, and helps me to succeed. So thank you so much for having me. It's been a pleasure sharing this information and story with you, and I really pray that whatever you decide to put your hands on, that God is going to truly bless it and is going to grow exceedingly beyond what you ever hoped or asked for. Thank you and have a great day.